Dianson, and this is the News at Night. On tonight's show, Axl Rose testifies in court. We preview Paul McCartney's forthcoming European tour. Paul McCartney begins his European tour a week today in Berlin. The tour will continue until the end of September and includes dates in Stockholm, Vienna, London, Oslo, Rotterdam, Paris, Florence and Barcelona. McCartney's live set combines songs from his latest album, Off the Ground, as well as hits from his days with Wings and the Beatles.
Thank you very much. Now, you must understand, we've only just started out in the business and this is a big gig for us.
Any young musician will tell you how frightening it can be going on stage. But you'd have thought that the world's most successful rocker, Paul McCartney, would be able to stroll on stage without a care in the world. But even after 30 years of playing live, he confesses to still suffering from first night butterflies.
And it's true, you know, no matter what you do, that first night is, where am I, you know? The first night, nobody plays it. It's the second night, somebody else plays it. And the third night, you play it. But it's part of the game, and I don't mind it. A little adrenaline rush occasionally, it's all right, it's good for you.
As a father of four who works hard to maintain a normal life in rural England, the whole idea of going back out on the road with an organisation that resembles a combination of a circus and a well-rehearsed military manoeuvre must seem pretty daunting, to say the least.
What happens is you're living in your little sleepy village, or, you know, your own little house, and it's nice and it's comfortable, it's home. And you read the newspapers or look at the telly, and you see Madonna is doing this, Michael Jackson's doing this. And I must admit, I thought, wow, you know, it looks big. I mean, I wonder if I can kind of live up to that.
And even though his ticket sales continue to break records, there is always that hint of doubt that no one will love him anymore.
We were very cautious with ticket sales. We just put one night at Madison Square Garden on sale, thinking, well, if that doesn't sell, you know, we've had it. But in fact, it sold out like, 5 minutes. And we've done the same this time. For Sydney, we put 20,000 on sale for 2 shows in Sydney. And that broke a record, sold in 8 minutes, 20,000 tickets. How could they say it that quick? I don't expect for it to work. I just check out, see if they want me still, you know. And then if I get some good results back, I think, yeah, you know, we could do it. I certainly like doing it.
Just back from a mammoth stadium tour of the USA and Australia, McCartney has certainly proved that he can do it. And unlike many other major artists, he doesn't shy away from a show full of greatest hits.
I don't like those shows. I mean, I've been to shows like that and I thought, I wish he'd done, wish he'd done Purple Rain. I do like that one, you know, and Prince, you know, is one of those guys. He just, and Dylan, apparently, I know one of the guys who worked for Dylan, guitar player, who said they'd come after the show, they'd say, oh, they went down great. Well, you know, Tambourine Man went down great. Well, he wouldn't do it the next night. He's like, he's obtuse or whatever the word is. He's like... I've got 1 or 2 songs that are from the Beatles era that when you hear them start, you immediately recognise them because they're so sort of commercial. Close your eyes. And the other one is, Can't Buy Me. And this sort of thing happens in the audience. And, you know, I think in many ways it might be very cool to deny it and ignore it, but it might also be foolish.
Meanwhile, the only known recording made by the Beatles in Liverpool's Cavern Club was sold for $25,000 to a bidder from the Beatles' own Apple Corporation yesterday. The lot was a double-sided acetate of 2 tracks, Kansas City and Some Other Guy. And at the end of the second song, John Lennon can be heard to mutter, "We'll probably have